and welcome back to Sketch Sunday, where every Sunday, my friend Crystal from Pineapple Papers, we revisit Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life, her 30 Days of Sketches series. And we randomly selected sketches from all 4 series, and every Sunday we are revisiting one of the sketches. But this is a bit of a special one this week because my friend Karina in Sweden, she chose this week's sketch by choosing a number between 1 and 125, and she chose number 56 because it is the princess number in Sweden. So I thought that was fun. And number 56 translated into day 6 from series 3. So hashtag 30DSCBL3. And this is a lovely sketch from Creative Scrappers from Christine Davidson. So I'm very happy to be using one of Christine's sketches because she's a sponsor over on the Mercy Tiara in our seasonal inspiration series challenges. She provides a prize for the sketch challenge in the form of her sketchbooks. So this is a fun one. This is a different, I find, there's a degradation. It could be ombre. I took this as to be sort of 6x6 papers. But what I chose to do to begin with is rotate it. I seem to be doing that quite a bit lately. So I rotated it on its side, and I'm doing a layout today for Baby Diego's album. Oh my goodness me. And I went with the idea of the 6x6, and I sort of wanted the paper here, but I had this square on my desk that I really wanted to use, and it was basically about 4.5 by 4.5. So that then gave me the idea of just adjusting these squares a little bit, making them a little bit different, and giving a little added interest to them, although the sketch is awesome on its own. So what I did is this piece of it, and these are just random 6x6 papers from that pile of 6x6 that I'm trying to use up in the freeze gang. And this background paper here is from the Pink Paisley Little Adventure collection, and this was in the baby album kit. So I started with this 6x6 paper in the background. I left it at 6x6. Then I did this paper at 5.5 by 5.5. This one at 5 by 5, so I could get my 4.5 by 4.5 by 4.5 on there. And then I went back for the central photo block one, back to the 6x6 and popped it up on foam. And I love that. It's so simple in the end. So this lovely progression, so simple, I love it. Then, however, I found that in particular this paper and maybe this one sort of just faded into the background a little bit because it's this lovely, I guess you would call this maybe taupe. It's not gray. It's not a craft color. So I guess I'm going to go with taupe. And so these papers just sort of faded a little bit into the background. So I got my distressing tool out. I distressed all these 4 papers. And then I inked the edges of all these papers with Stampin' Up! Ink in soft suede, which is a sort of a nice chocolatey brown. So I thought that was fun. And then for this paper here, all I did was just ink the edges on this one. And then I inked the entire background. And sort of, I love that. So basically, once I had this laid out and glued down, as you can see, this layout needs very, very little. So I sort of followed a little bit where the embellishments were already. These, I had a couple of tickets. They were on my desk in one of my bowls. So this was one piece. I cut it in two, raised this up a little bit. I had this frame. This frame comes from the baby album kit. So I just put that there so that I would put these two tags here and then have sort of like a little bit of a nook. You know, I like my nooks and crannies to just put, and this is both the date and I guess the title. 9 August 19, which is the day baby Diego joined this world. And this is a photo of him, his mom, his parents. So just a lovely little, I mean, it's, in the end, it's sort of the same photo that has been cropped differently for each printing. And I think that's a lot of fun. So on this central one here, I didn't really have much journaling. Again, it's not my album to journal in, so I just put the basic information down here. 9 August 2019, 1:58 a.m., 6 pounds 5 inches, and 6 pounds 5 ounces, and 9.2 inches. Just put some hearts. This I fussy cut. This was some leftover from a Vicky Bouton paper that I had, and I just fussy cut some of the hearts. And then I had, this is from, I think it's One Canoe 2, and I had it in one of my kits. These are chipboard hearts in sort of this peachy color, so I gave a little bit of dimension here. This square, I don't know how long I've had this. This was a basic craft color, and I just sort of inked it with the soft suede to give it a little bit more definition, and so that it would stand off the page a little bit more instead. So this is sort of that little star component, I guess, that would be here. These tags, I just put them down on a different paper, but in sort of pretty much the same spot. And then this got mirrored over onto this side. So once I had all of that down, I figured I would just do a little bit of splattering in these little corners here. So I got some gold mist out, and I think here I probably used Glorious Days from Shimmers because I'm not seeing any halos. So I think I probably used the Glorious Days, did some little sprinkles everywhere. And then I was working on this layout during, we had a Creative Cuts party on New Year's Day. That is the Creative Cuts Club. So it's a kit club, which is all pre-cut cut files. And we had a party, and we had all sorts of lives. And Jody did a live about all sorts of different ways of using sequins, because I tend to always use them. I do shaker, which is a lot what a lot of us do all the time. And then I also use them as finishing touches. I love sort of little cascading, random looking, although I really spend a lot of time placing them, sequin placement. So I got my Autumn Joy out, and I did my normal here. I took two. I took sort of this lovely orangey color and the brown color, and put those. But then I had seen in the live, I saw her do in her live sort of outlining. So my original idea was I was going to sort of frame this entire, and there's Chopin saying hi, area with the sequins. But in the end, with the hearts and everything, I didn't really like it. So I had already started. So I just left this as sort of like a little bit of a frame, a little bit of an accent piece. But I got some lovely, lovely ideas during that live, which I will be doing, and you'll be seeing a lot of quite soon. So there you go. So this is this week's edition. And so pop on down to Crystal. I will have her video or her channel linked below. I will have Christy's, of course, and I will be putting a link to my friend Karina's Instagram, because Karina is joining us on Instagram today. And I'm not sure, I think maybe Amber might be joining us on Instagram as well. So I'm going to figure that out. And if that's the case, I will put the link to her Instagram down below as well. So once again, if you'd like to see us do any sketch, please just either message Crystal or myself, and it will be our pleasure. Choose a number between 1 and 125, or a very specific sketch. Chopin seems to need some attention and he's talking to you. So I will sign off and talk to you soon. See you next Sunday. Bye.